The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. The Canterbury Tales is a collection of stories told by a diverse group of pilgrims on their way to the shrine of St. Thomas Becket in Canterbury. Each pilgrim tells a tale to entertain the others, and the stories range from chivalric romances to bawdy comedies, reflecting a broad spectrum of medieval society. Through these tales, Chaucer explores themes of love, morality, and social critique, using humor and satire to highlight the virtues and vices of his characters. The work is notable for its vivid characterizations and its rich depiction of 14th century English life. Let's deep dive into the book. The pilgrimage begins. The story starts with a group of 29 pilgrims who meet at the Tabard Inn in Southwark, London, to embark on a pilgrimage to Canterbury. The host of the inn, Harry Bailey, proposes that each pilgrim tells 2 tales on the way to Canterbury and 2 on the way back to pass the time and entertain each other. The person who tells the best tale will win a free meal at the inn upon their return. The Knight's Tale. The first tale is told by the knight, and it is a chivalric romance about 2 noble cousins, Palamon and Arcite, who fall in love with the same woman, Emily. After a series of trials and battles, Arcite wins Emily's hand in marriage, but tragically dies from injuries sustained in a tournament. In the end, Palamon marries Emily, fulfilling the romantic resolution. The Miller's Tale. Following the knight, the miller tells a bawdy and comedic story about a carpenter named John, his young wife Alison, and her 2 suitors, Nicholas and Absalon. Nicholas and Alison conspire to trick John and engage in a secret affair. The tale involves clever deceptions, mistaken identities, and humorous mishaps, showcasing the miller's earthy humor and satirical edge. The Wife of Bath's Tale. The Wife of Bath shares her experience of marriage and tells a tale about a knight who must discover what women truly desire to avoid execution. After much searching, he learns that women want sovereignty over their husbands. The knight marries an old hag who gave him the answer, and she transforms into a beautiful woman when he grants her the authority she desires. This tale emphasizes themes of power and gender dynamics. The Pardoner's Tale. The Pardoner tells a moral story about 3 drunken revelers who seek to kill death after it takes a friend of theirs. They find gold instead and plot to kill each other to take all the treasure for themselves. Their greed leads to their deaths, illustrating the moral that avarice is the root of all evil. The Pardoner's Tale is a reflection on corruption and the consequences of sin. The Clerk's Tale. The clerk tells a story of Griselda, a woman known for her patience and obedience. Her husband, Marquis Walter, tests her loyalty through a series of cruel trials, including taking away her children. Griselda remains steadfast, and in the end, Walter reveals the tests were to prove her virtue. The tale explores themes of patience, virtue, and the expectations placed on women. The Franklin's Tale. The Franklin tells a tale of chivalry and romance involving Dorigen, her husband Arviragus, and a squire named Aurelius. When Arviragus goes away, Dorigen makes a rash promise to Aurelius that she will be with him if he can make the rocks disappear from the coast. Aurelius accomplishes this with magic, but Dorigen's husband forgives her promise, and Aurelius releases her from it, demonstrating themes of honor and generosity. The Summoner's Tale. The Summoner tells a tale satirizing friars, who he depicts as greedy and corrupt. In his story, a friar visits a dying man and promises to distribute his wealth in exchange for money. The dying man tricks the friar by offering him a gift of a fart, distributing it among the other friars. This tale is a pointed critique of the church's moral corruption. The Nun's Priest's Tale. The Nun's Priest tells the story of Chanticleer, a rooster who dreams of his own demise, but is consoled by his hen, Pertalot. Despite his fear, Chanticleer is caught by a fox, but escapes by flattering the fox's intelligence. The tale is a fable that imparts the moral lessons of vigilance and the dangers of flattery. The Canon's Yeoman's Tale. The Canon's Yeoman tells a cautionary tale about the dangers of alchemy. He describes his master's failed attempts to turn base metals into gold, ultimately exposing the deceit and false promises of alchemists. The tale reflects themes of greed, deception, and the pursuit of knowledge. Conclusion of the pilgrimage. As the pilgrimage progresses, the tales reflect the diverse backgrounds and personalities of the pilgrims. Chaucer uses this structure to weave a rich tapestry of medieval life, presenting a microcosm of society. The pilgrimage serves as a framework for exploring human nature and the complexities of social interactions, culminating in a multifaceted portrayal of 14th century England. Let's meet together the main characters of the book. The knight is depicted as the ideal medieval Christian man-at-arms. He has participated in numerous crusades and embodies the principles of chivalry, honor, and courtesy. His tale reflects his noble character, focusing on themes of love and chivalry. The knight's dignified demeanor and honorable conduct set a high standard for the other pilgrims. The miller is a bawdy, brash character known for his strength and crude humor. He tells a ribald tale that reflects his coarse personality and penchant for irreverent storytelling. The miller's character serves as a counterpoint to the knight, illustrating the diversity of the pilgrims and the varied nature of their tales. The wife of Bath is a confident, assertive woman who has been married 5 times. She is outspoken about her views on marriage and female sovereignty. Her tale, which advocates for women's control over their own lives, reveals her strong-willed nature and progressive attitudes towards gender roles. She is one of the most memorable and complex characters. The pardoner is a church official who sells indulgences, absolving people of their sins for a price. His tale reveals his hypocritical nature as he preaches against greed while being deeply greedy himself. The pardoner's character exemplifies the theme of religious hypocrisy, using his position for personal gain rather than spiritual guidance. The host is the jovial and pragmatic owner of the Tabard Inn. He proposes the storytelling contest and serves as a mediator and judge for the pilgrims. His character brings structure to the narrative, encouraging the pilgrims to share their stories and interact with one another. The host's amiable and sometimes authoritative presence helps to drive the dynamics of the group. Let's explore together the main themes and concepts of the book. Social critique. Chaucer uses the Canterbury Tales to critique various aspects of medieval society, including the corruption within the church, the rigid class structures, and the roles of women. Through satire and humor, he exposes the hypocrisy and moral shortcomings of different social classes and professions, encouraging readers to reflect on their own society's flaws. Religious hypocrisy. One of the central themes is the hypocrisy within the church. Many of the tales, such as those told by the pardoner and the summoner, highlight the greed and corruption of religious figures. Chaucer critiques how those who are supposed to be spiritual leaders often exploit their positions for personal gain, undermining the moral integrity of the church. The nature of love. Love, in its various forms, is a recurring theme throughout the tales. From courtly love in the Knight's Tale to the body and physical love in the Miller's Tale, Chaucer explores the complexities and contradictions of romantic relationships. The tales reveal how love can be noble and elevating, yet also deceitful and destructive. Gender roles and power. The roles and power dynamics between men and women are central to several tales, most notably the Wife of Bath's Tale. Chaucer examines the expectations placed on women and the ways in which they navigate societal constraints. The tales often challenge traditional gender roles, highlighting issues of autonomy, authority, and mutual respect in relationships. Fate and fortune. The theme of fate and fortune permeates many of the tales, reflecting the medieval belief in the capriciousness of destiny. Characters often find themselves at the mercy of forces beyond their control, whether through divine intervention or sheer luck. This theme underscores the uncertainty of life and the importance of resilience and adaptability. Let's talk about the author. Geoffrey Chaucer, born around 1343, was an English poet and author, widely regarded as the father of English literature. He held various positions in the English court, including that of a public servant, diplomat, and courtier. Chaucer's works, most notably the Canterbury Tales, showcase his keen insight into human nature and his mastery of poetic forms. His writings reflect the social and political landscapes of 14th century England. Chaucer's innovative use of vernacular English helped to establish it as a legitimate literary language. He died in 1400 and was buried in Westminster Abbey. Sincere thanks for watching. If you found this summary helpful, consider taking a moment to hit the subscribe button, like or share the video. If you have any feedbacks or book requests, make sure to leave a comment. Regardless, I wish you a great day.